QPTV goes to DC with the Queens Chamber of Commerce for Queens Day in Washington 2023 with me, your host, Roz Nieves, and my co-host, Tom Gretsch. He's the president and CEO for the Queens Chamber of Commerce. Take a look. Hello, I'm Roz Nieves. Welcome to Queens Perspectives for our very first Queens Day in Washington, D.C. 2023. We just arrived at our first meeting location. Let's see if we can find our group. What's happening here? Looks like some of our legislators are leading a tour. Nice. There goes the Capitol Police, always out there to protect and serve. Okay, let's see. Nope. Don't see any Queens Chamber members here. Well, the crew is always the first to arrive anyway, so might as well do some sightseeing while we wait. Hey, what's happening at the top of the building? Let's zoom in for a closer look. Yep, taxpayers' money at work. Nothing like a good makeover. While I'm waiting on the group, I'm going to have some fun with my guys. See if I can get them to reveal some of their secrets. Ooh, a lot of juicy stuff. I guess what's said in Washington stays in Washington with the crew. Whoops, just got a call. I was told the meeting place has changed to the Supreme Court building. Let's head over there. We got a lot of gear, and lucky for us, it's not far at all. There's the entrance to the Supreme Court building, and we found our group. I see Brendan Levy, Tom Gretsch, Joanne Prasad, and the Queens Chamber of Commerce members. Nice, nice, nice group. All right, we're gonna pose for some photos and then get down to business. Come on, get in here, join us. Don't forget to smile, everyone. Cheese, you're on camera. This networking event features key legislative representatives and delicious food only from Queens, New York. Hello, I'm Roz Nieves, and welcome to Queens Perspectives for our first day, Queens Day in Washington, D.C. Woo! Tom, tell us what's going on here today.
So this is our very, very first one. On behalf of the staff, the entire board, and all of our members, we're really, really happy to be in Washington, D.C. today.
So Queens is the most diverse place on earth. Tell them what they're in store for today. Tell them about a Taste of Queens.
So we have Taste of Queens with, I think, over 20 restaurants or thereabouts this evening, and we're spending the night here in Washington, D.C. Going to have a great time, meet a lot of our elected officials. We're hoping to meet the entire Queens delegation from the Congress as well as our 2 senators. So we're very, very excited about being here today.
Well, it takes a lot to pull together something like this. Tell us about your team and tell us about the sponsors today.
So our hat is off today, especially to Teresa Lenz, who's been with who's done a fantastic job. There's no such thing as over-planning one of these things, and we have it down. She has it down to the science of every single person, every single person's personal itinerary. It's been a great event so far. Also supported by Brianna and Joanne and the rest of the team. Thanks very much to everybody for making it come together.
Awesome! And what about those sponsors? Who do we have today with us as sponsors?
Joanne?
We have Lyft, Delta Airlines, National Grid, Con Edison.
And I think Resorts World. I think the Resorts World brought some dice, I think, or something. Cut.
Listen, Michelle always brings dice. Well, listen, we need everybody to watch QPTV because it's on now.
The National Museum of African American History and Culture. America is a constant work in progress, that each successive generation can look upon our imperfections and decide that it is within our collective power to align this nation with the high ideals of our founding. That's what you'll see inside. You'll see it in the shackles of an enslaved child and in the hope of Harriet Tubman's gospel hymnal. You'll see it in the tragedy of Emmett Till's coffin and the triumph of a Tuskegee airplane. You'll see it in the shadow of Prison Guard Tower and in the defiance of Jesse Owens' cleats and the American pride of Colin Powell's uniform. The story of King, who summoned us all toward the mountaintop.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
So Tom, this is a huge undertaking coming to Washington with a big crew of people, inviting QPTV. You know, you're my co-host, so of course, this is all about community and Queens. Tell us, it takes a lot to go into this. Who's involved? How did you make it happen?
This event was in planning for at least 6 months, and we had to turn some people away, being our very first event. But we've got over 20 restaurants coming, and in no particular order, I have a great staff of people that really bent over backwards and did a wonderful job, led by Teresa Lenz, who organized everything down to the most finite detail. Lauda Lincona did a great job of organizing all of our restaurants, getting our food down here yesterday ahead of tonight's event. Of course, with Brendan and Joanne and Rihanna, we have a great team down here, and everybody's working really hard to make it a successful first time.
This is awesome. So listen, you're not going to be able to taste the food, but we're going to have a taste of Queens. You know what, Tom? And when we do have a taste of Queens, I know you always have a special story with each restaurant. You know, how they got involved with the Queens Chamber of Commerce, became a member, and the services that you guys provide for the community. So just remind our viewers what you provide for the community.
So whether it's grants or loan access, I mean, we don't make grants and loans ourselves, but we pride ourselves on being great connectors to those opportunities and those resources at a federal, state, and city level, as well as private resources. So we've probably gotten people hundreds of thousands of dollars of grants and loans over the last few years. It's kind of our stock and trade and something we're very proud of, especially with our restaurants who are finally bouncing back after the perils of the COVID. So we're very happy to help those people, and we continue to work hard to make sure that they're strong and vibrant in Queens County.
And how many members do you have approximately? And are you looking for more members to join the Queens Chamber of Commerce?
Absolutely. We have 1,400 members representing 150,000 Queens-based employees. And as a membership organization, we live and die with our memberships and the services that we provide. So we're always looking for more members.
And where can they find you, Tom?
Best place is queenschamber.org. That's queenschamber.org.
Tom, you have a very strong board. Tell us about your board of directors.
So I'm really proud to let folks know out there in your viewing area that today I'm very proud to say the Queens Chamber of Commerce has the most diverse board we've ever had, and probably I would argue that we have the most diverse board of any Chamber of Commerce in the 5 boroughs of New York City.
Introduce them from the right and then go to the left.
And it's a board we're very, very proud of. To my far right is Lindsay Haggerty from JetBlue, followed by Jeff Rosenstock from Queens College. Next to me here is Michelle Stoddard from Resorts World, followed by Howard Graff from Graff and Luent, based in Jamaica, Queens. Juan Santiago from National Grid. And joining us as well is Rich Dzilowicz from TD Bank.
Wow, Rich Dzilowicz from TD Bank. And why did you join the Queens Chamber of Commerce?
Best chamber there is.
I would agree. Howard, why did you join the board?
I love all the things that the board does for the Queens community, both the businesses and even the residents of Queens. We're here to support the Queens community in all the different ways, and we think we do that through all our different programming.
I agree. And not for anything, are you ever looking for more board of directors? And what specialty do you look for in a board of directors?
Always. We have a minimum and a maximum regarding the board size based upon our bylaws, and it flexes up and down. People roll off, people get transferred out of the area, but we're always looking for people that want to give back and contribute to the community.
Tom, what's the best thing about this board?
The most diverse county, the most diverse place on earth, deserves the most diverse board of directors, and we have that at the Queens Chamber of Commerce.
That was a mouthful, and you heard it right here on Queens Public Television. Next, a scrumptious lunch with Senator Chuck Schumer and the Queens Chamber of Commerce. Up next, we're going to Rayborn House Office Building to experience a little taste of Queens. The reception is happening now in the Gold Room. This networking event features key legislative representatives and delicious food only from Queens, New York. With Queens Day in Washington, D.C., and Congresswoman Grace Meng is joining Tom and I. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So today's theme is, and hashtag, what's great about Queens? You have to tell us what's great about Queens.
Well, we're so excited to have the first Queen's Day here in Washington, D.C., and thank you so much to Tom Gretsch and the entire Queens Chamber of Commerce family for bringing a taste of Queens right here to our nation's capital. Queens is one of the most diverse counties in the entire country, and we are so proud to show even a sliver of its beauty to our colleagues here in Washington.
I agree. Tom?
We've got like 15 different restaurants down here, and Congresswoman Meng nailed it when she said about the Queens family. It really is a family. We all work really, really hard, but I think the love of community and the love of our diversity really resonates when people see us in action. So excited to have Congresswoman Meng here. She gave us our first federal funding this year. It's going to go a long, long way to keep our small businesses afloat and prosperous, and we thank her for all of her support, past, present, and future.
And what are you going to eat today?
Everything.
I'll second that.
I agree. I was telling Congressman Meeks, I saw a picture of him that we used to go way back from the DA's office and doing all the different community events and community meetings, just like what's happening today, which is wonderful. And he's been doing wonderful work from the DA's office all the way up as congressman. So I just want to thank you for what you do for the community, first of all.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here in D.C. But you bring back memories, because part of my job, one of the things I did other than being a prosecutor, was make sure I was the community liaison person for the DA's office to the communities. And so here we are, some many years later, and we're still doing such. And here we are in Washington, D.C., bringing Queens to the hill.
That's right.
Thank you.
Congressman, thank you so much for being here. We've got so many different restaurants, all from the neighborhoods of Queens, and thank you for your ongoing support for small businesses. We went through some tough times during that COVID, but thanks to you and your support, we managed to get through it, so thank you.
Well, you're quite welcome, and thank you for being an individual who stands for small business. You know, in Queens, small business is the lifeblood of who we are. And when you talk about Queens, as we see here with Queens on the Hill, the diversity of the food, which is fantastic from all over the world. We talk about that we are the most diverse borough in all of the United States of America. And just smelling and looking and listening and tasting the food here today just exemplifies it.
Absolutely.
But all that you do to push Queens forward so that the world knows who we are, what we do, is just fantastic. And so I'm just glad to be a part of it.
So today's slogan is, what's good in Queens? So, Congressman, what's good in Queens?
Well, today what's good in Queens is our food. That's what we are advertising today, is talking about our food. Whatever food that you like, whatever food you want to taste from all around the world, you just come to the Queens County and be able to get it. You can get anything you want here. That's what's good in Queens today, tomorrow, and in the future. Come eat in Queens and share and make sure you come visit our small businesses, our small restaurants, and cater to them. And I can guarantee you one thing: you're going to come, you'll eat at one restaurant, you'll try another one, and you'll be able to go around from community to community, from all over our borough, and find good food to eat and make sure that it changes and it makes people understand the various cultures around the world, right in Queens County. I am so delighted to see Queens on the Hill. This is something that I think is important, because when you think of Queens, you're thinking about the most diverse borough of any county in the United States of America. And one of the best ways to share and to bring people together is with food. And so we have every kind of food around the world. You know, I serve on the House Foreign Affairs Committee, and I travel different places. And whether I'm in Korea, or whether I'm in Central or South America, or whether I'm in Europe, you know, I say, oh, we have that in Queens. I understand that. But the lifeblood and what you exhibit here is each, as you taste this food, are individuals who have small businesses. And small businesses is the lifeblood of our city, our state, and our country. And so I just want to say thank you to all of the entrepreneurs and everyone that's there with the food and the taste of the food of Queens County. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for making Queens the borough that others look at, admire, because of your culture, your history, and bringing people together. We are indeed, in this time of crises around the world, we are indeed the example that we hope that others would follow of people coming together, working together, respecting one another, no matter what your race, no matter what your religion, no matter where you come from. That's what Queens is all about. And so I'm delighted. I'm going to take the opportunity to bring in a lady that is a bad lady. Well, she is one of the people that really get things done up here on Capitol Hill. She's my partner in Queens. You know, she sits on the Appropriations Committee. Now, I don't know that nothing happens without appropriations, because that's where the money is, you know. My dad used to say, you know, he used to ask, why did Willie Sutton, for those who are young may not know, rob banks? And the answer is, that's where the money is. So the Appropriations Committee and Grace Meng is what makes things go. The wonderful, the dynamic, Grace Meng.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Chairman Meeks, and only at a Queens Day event do I get to speak before Chairman Jerry Nadler, so it's pretty cool. Thank you so much to Tom Gretsch, to the Queens Chamber Board, and all the vendors who were able to take a day off and come here to our nation's capital. I will say you probably know that there's not much action going on the floor of the House. So all the action in the Capitol is happening right here in this room. Queens is New York's best kept secret, and I'm so proud to be someone who was born and raised in Queens. And because of all of you, we get to show off a little bit of the diversity that we enjoy every single day in our borough. I've been so proud to work with our partners at the Queens Chamber of Commerce. This year we were able to secure a $1 million grant that helps provide access to legal consultations for so many of our small businesses that may have nowhere to turn to when they need help. I'm also really honored to represent CUNY's Queens College. Shout out for Queens College. Queens College, and Queens is where it's at. Queens College just opened up its first business school. Very exciting. Queens College is also the site of a tech incubator. Queens College has more computer science majors than Columbia and NYU combined. Sorry, Jerry. And we were able to, a few years ago, work to open up a small business development center on the site of Queens College that was tremendous in helping our small businesses survive and thrive during the COVID-19 pandemic. So thank you all for being here. Thanks for bringing the great foods and great diversity of Queens here to our nation's capital, and we look forward to seeing you next year.
The chairman, once chairman in waiting, great friend of Queens, the one and the only, Jerry Nadler.
Thank you. Thank you, Greg. I can't say that I've ever lived in Queens. I lived in Brooklyn. I live in Manhattan. My old district for 30 years is part of Brooklyn and Manhattan. My new district is Midtown Manhattan, from 14th Street to Harlem or Morningside Heights, East Harlem, Morningside Heights. My mother, however, lived in Howard Beach. My brother lived in Howard Beach and taught junior high school for many, many years in Queens. That was my twin brother. My kid brother lives in Jackson Heights today. So I have some connections to Queens, even though I'm a Manhattanite. But Queens is a great city. It's a great place. Greg talked about its diversity. I'm told 146 different languages are spoken in Queens. That makes the elementary school teachers' jobs a little more difficult, but they do it. And I'm very happy to see all of you here today, and I thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So that there really wasn't a formal program except to eat and enjoy the food. But I want to thank all of our elected officials, Congressman Meeks, Congressman Meng, Chairman. Thank you so much for being here, Chairman Matt Nadler. Very much appreciated. So let's enjoy ourselves and eat.
Thank you so much for hosting us. And today's hashtag is What's Good in Queens. So tell us what's good in Queens.
A lot of things are good in Queens. You can find every different type of ethnic food in Queens. 146 different languages, I'm told, are spoken in Queens. And if you like diversity, if you like all kinds of fine foods, Queens is your place.
So did you bring your appetite today?
I did indeed.
Well, I have to say, definitely manja. Tom, is there anything that you would like to say?
In his remarks, Chairman Nadler mentioned the fact that he's got family in Jackson Heights. And I let him know that Jackson Heights is the most diverse zip code in all of Queens County. So we're all in good company when you're in Queens County.
Joining us now is Lauda Licona, AVP, Food and Culture. Lauda, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You have to tell us about all the vendors here today. Everything smells so good. It looks delicious. We didn't get to eat yet. I'm going to eat next.
You have to. It's so exciting. So this is 12 of the restaurants and food entrepreneurs that we work with at the Chamber, providing resources. A group that I'm in love with that we've been working with for over a year. We have on our sweet side, Althea's Tropical Delights, Sassy Sweet Vegan Treats, and Selena's Gourmet. On our savory side, we have something from everywhere in the borough, every single pocket, all the neighborhoods, Chinese, Nepalese, Ethiopian, Salvadoran, Honduran, what else? I think that's most, and American.
And American.
That's right. We got Chitty's cheesesteaks. Yeah.
So we're definitely going to take a tour around the room so that our viewers can see all the delectable and delicious food that we have here in the room. So it took a lot to put this together. How did you bring all these vendors together here in Washington? That's a big undertaking.
It was logistically a big undertaking, but the relationships that we have with the restaurateurs and with the food businesses is so close that they're so happy to come with us on anything that we do. So that part's really easy. It's really amazing. So it was just a matter of getting the food here.
So do we have any Asian delectables here today?
We do. We have Maxie's Noodle from Flushing, and she brought beautiful dumplings and soup that you have to try.
Excellent. So actually, we interviewed her last time, and she had a wonderful story telling how the Queens Chamber of Commerce actually helped her business to grow, and she got some assistance from the Queens Chamber of Commerce. Tom, can you tell us about that?
One of our other associates, Susan King, who's a Mandarin speaker, I think it was, helped get her some grants during the worst part of the COVID. But Lauda herself recently was able to get one of our smaller members to be chosen by the Port Authority to be the provider at the cafeteria in Building 111 on Airport. So we're very excited about that. That news just came out the other day. She is a blessing. She's been fantastic, and frankly was taking our future at the Queens Chamber on a number of different things. But two really important ones are food and culture and tech. Lauda's heading up the food and culture piece of the puzzle. We're in great hands. We're growing by leaps and bounds, and you ain't seen nothing yet.
So Lauda, we were talking about Maxie's Noodles, and now we're at the table. Okay, tell us that story again about Maxie Noodles now.
We have someone on our team named Suzanne King, and she works a lot in the Asian community, and she worked with Maxie's to also help out with tons of resources. We've also worked closely with her, and she came to Albany with us, as you know. An incredible, incredible woman chef who's doing a lot in her community, and we love working with her. And she brought dumplings and soup for us. this is another one of my favorite stories. Patricia and her wife have this amazing empanada cafe with every kind of empanada you can imagine. They also lost a lot of business during the pandemic. We had a Queen's Best Empanada contest, which they won, and they had tons of attention and increased revenue, and lots of other people came back, old customers, and they're thrilled.
Only in Queens, guys. Only in Queens. Okay, let's go to the next table. Because look, the quicker we do this, the quicker we're able
The quicker you're eating. Elena Barcenas has been in business for 43 years on the same corner in Jamaica, and she's a staple of the community. After the pandemic, they thought they were going to have to close, and they worked closely with us at the Chamber, and she is open and thriving. She recently did the Hispanic Heritage Lunch for Speaker Adams. She's involved in everything in the community now. She's feeding the migrants in Jamaica. Amazing story.
That is wonderful. All through the Queens Chamber of Commerce. Okay, there's not too much food left over, so you can take a peek at what's left over, and we're gonna hurry up with these interviews because we didn't.
You gotta get some.
We gotta get some. Okay, so take a peek at that food. Tell us about that.
So this is our wonderful friend Diana. She's Filipino. She has been scaling her business from catering into all sorts of other spaces. We've been helping her with a new commercial kitchen, navigating city agencies. That's one of the biggest things that some of our restaurateurs need, the whole alphabet soup of permits and licensing. So that's what we've been able to do with Little Chef.
And next we have Julia's Country Kitchen. Go ahead.
Near and dear to my heart, she recently did a breakfast for Speaker Adams where we were advocating, and she is finally moving from catering into a storefront. So just working with our small businesses to scale and grow them, and it's an amazing story.
That's amazing. Again, you guys got to take a look at the food. Everything smells delicious. You can't see that part of it, but it is delicious.
I don't know if I should say, but hers was the first to go, so.
Not for anything, it is dessert time, and now we have Althea's Tropical Delights. Lauda?
Oh my gosh, this is another great one. A member of ours, long time, just Chamber, amazing small business. Started with rum cakes, is scaling to other foods. We've helped with tons of activities, tons of grants, and vendor opportunities for her.
Not only is that going to taste good, I think I can't pass it up. Okay, I think I just one, Lotto. Yes, let's just take one. Let's just take one.
This is the original.
Okay.
This is pistachio. Okay. I'll do a pistachio.
Okay.
Cheers. And they're rummy.
Listen, you guys are eating, we have to eat something. Oh my God. Oh my God.
So moist.
That's good. Okay.
Incredible.
Okay, next we have Rica's Pupusas and Mas. Tell us.
I cannot stop with the good stories. So 3 generations of women run this shop. They started out making pupusas for the church, and now they have a storefront in Sunnyside. The biggest claim to fame for these guys is over the past 6 months, we've been able to get over $50,000 in grants into their hands. Grubhub, DoorDash, Accion, Hispanic Accelerator.
This is absolutely amazing. Great story after story. Listen, you just can't make this up. Only in Queens, New York. Let's go. Well, listen, now it's veggie time. Don't duck the veggies. We have Makina Cafe. Louder?
Okay, so the only person filling the Ethiopian Eritrean food space in New York started with a food truck 6 years ago, now opening a restaurant. Every single thing in between, also a member of the Chamber, and I don't know if I'm giving it away, but she may or may not be getting an award at the end of the year.
Oh, very nice! You heard it right here on QPTV First. She let the cat out of the bag. That's okay. That's okay. She let the cat out of the bag. Very nice. And what area of Queens is her restaurant? Sunnyside. Okay, let's go. everybody always says, where's the beef? Guess what? It's right here. Chitty's Cheesesteak. Oh God, Lorna, tell us about Chitty's Cheesesteak.
Somebody that we love, Mike Chidster, he is expanding into Queens. So he's opening his very first storefront in Astoria. Chamber member, absolutely excellent group of guys, and one of the best cheesesteaks you'll ever have. So helping with all of the logistics again, with Department of Buildings.
Definitely, this is wonderful. Okay, Cam, I know your mouth is watering for the cheesesteak. Okay, but we're gonna let Steve sample first, and we're gonna eat last. Come on, Steve, get in here. Stephen Williams from QPTV, get in here. Grab a cheesesteak. Woohoo! Okay. Okay, he's gonna test it. He's gonna test it. Come on. Oh. That's the face of a happy camper. Okay, go ahead, Steve. Go ahead, Steve. Okay. We have one more, Lorna. Joining us now is Selena from Selena's Gourmet. So now, louder. Tell us how Selena came to the Queens Chamber of Commerce and how you were able to help her grow.
We are so honored to have her with us today too, chamber member. What I love about Selena Blake is that she has a really thoughtful way of being a small business entrepreneur, really thinking about the community, how to bring others up along with her. So it's an honor to have her with us, and we will do everything with her to help promote the business, grow in any way. We're so happy to have you.
So Selena, tell us about your experience with the Queens Chamber of Commerce.
My experience has been absolutely wonderful. As I said to you before, in order to get the benefits, you have to be connected. And being a member, and I'm talking to you, if you're not a member of the Queens Chamber of Commerce, what the hell are you waiting for? Because here's the thing, if you're not, you can't reap the benefits. You know, it's like being married. There are benefits that comes with being married. If you're not, you can't. You can't be called Mrs. So I'm called Mrs. over here because I'm connected. So no, in all serious note, is they have opened doors that I could not open. And I have people that believed in me when I didn't know my ass from my elbow. They guided me and say, hey, do this, do that. No, we think this is the path. That's what you need as a small business, as a woman, as a black woman, and having people who don't really care about what color I look like there to help me build my business. So if you're not a member, you should consider it and put it on your to-do list before 2023 is out.
Okay, tell us about your sweets. Oh my God.
We have the carrot ginger bourbon, all made from scratch. We have carrot coconut chocolate. We have the carrot caramel, which is brand new. And we have the carrot apple banana. We also have the Jamaican rum cake in the little bite size. We have the carrot banana caramel, carrot coconut banana caramel, which is bananas. I mean, I'm doing stuff that I did. I used to bake Jamaican rum cake with my mother, and being the youngest of 6 girls, you know what that kitchen was like, and I annoyed everybody. And I thought doing what I'm doing was a mistake, and I realized, oh my God, I was born to do this. And so I am doing something I did as a child. Now I'm a grown old woman. This is it. And I have the support of Queens Chamber of Commerce, and they're opening so many doors, and I cannot wait to see me a year from now. You know, let me put it another way. I don't know what to tell myself. Like a year ago, had I not met or been a part of the Queens Chamber of Commerce, so I can't wait to see my growth. So come join me, because there's room for all of us, but you have to be a part of something to reap the benefits. So come on, there's room at the table.
So come on, louder. Let's sample, let's sample. Okay, let's do it. I'm gonna grab this one. Okay. Cheers.
Thank you.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
So good.
This is delicious. This is delicious. delicious. Oh my God. Look at this table. You can see that there was a lot of food that was eaten here, and they even moved off the tablecloth. Okay, the food was so good. Tell me, what did you like about A Taste of Queens today?
Everything was amazing, from the jerk chicken, the sweets. It's all very authentic, I would admit. And I'm Jamaican, so the jerk was great.
That's right. So it had to meet a standard, right?
Yes, it had to. It had to.
I loved the soup dumplings with the shrimp. They were delicious. And I think as two staffers on Capitol Hill, we don't get good food here, really. As for a reception, this was so top-notch, so above and beyond. We were saying next year this event is going to be just explosive. It's going to be like a can't-miss night.
Not for anything, we were already invited for the next year, right?
Yes.
Straight from the top of the presentation.
Yeah.
Lauda, anything else you'd like to say to our viewers?
I can't say enough about how incredible the food and restaurant scene is in Queens. The 2024 Dining Guide is coming out at the end of this year, so you have to pick one of those up and check it out. And I love taking this show on the road, so anywhere we're invited, we'll bring the food.
Sounds good. Thank you. Well, that's all the time we have. What a fabulous event, Tom. Congratulations to you and the team.
Thank you, Roz and team. As we say in Queens, that's a wrap. But we had like 10 or 15 different restaurants. We've had a ton of people in here enjoying the food. The good news is it was well attended. The other good news is there's no food left, which is always a good sign. So we'll be back here again next year. I can't wait to bring even more restaurants and get more people. But again, thanks to QPTV to bring it all home back to Queens.
Thank you, Tom. That's it for our show. You can watch this program on television or on QPTV.org. I'm Rosa Nieves.
I'm Tom Gretsch.
Thank you for joining us.